in BP, we think of green companies and greening companies. So green companies tend to be newer ones who are purely non-carbon. Greening companies are established companies that have resources, scale, know-how, and reach, and that also have an ambition to lean into the transition and help be a part of the solution. And we consider ourselves to be a greening company. We meet what we think are the basic criteria for being greening, which is to have a net zero ambition, to have targets, and importantly, they need to be near-term, not just 2050 targets, because then it's all jam tomorrow. You actually have to see material progress in the next 5 and 10 years. And then I think something that makes us stand apart a little bit is that for oil and gas producers, we believe that you actually have to have a target to reduce your oil and gas production. So BP's laid out that we will reduce our oil and gas production by 40% by 2030, which makes us unique amongst our peers, I think I'm right in saying. So that's our perspective on it. So you might ask, well, why are you doing that? We need to be resilient to remain a part of the energy mix going forward. So we can't keep doing what we've always done as the world is changing around us. So we need to lean into that transition to be resilient for our shareholders and our stakeholders.
We know we have to do what we're doing better. So we've set our own emissions reductions targets on Scope 1, Scope 2, and Scope 3. We're the first ones in our pool of refiners to set a Scope 3 target. And we also have talked about then how do you grow a new business? We think about sustainability. Certainly that's about environmental. It's about operational safety sustainability. It's also financial sustainability. We have a sustainability group, and they're the ones setting those targets, and they're the ones focused on our refining operations. Our job in emerging energy is to go build a growth platform to help these green companies accelerate what they're doing. And so we're looking at low carbon hydrogen. We just announced a deal last week to put in 250 hydrogen refueling stations in Europe, partnering with H2 Energy. And I'll come back to that because who you pick as partners here is critical, right? And the solutions are different in different places. But low carbon hydrogen, carbon capture, I mentioned the batteries, and then the renewable fuels. And so we think across those 4 pillars, we can make a real difference.